Hello and welcome to dual race number 1 here at Daytona. Starting on pole for this dual race is Dylan Thomas. Second is Aston Martin. Third is Mike Mongo. Fourth is Trevor Graham. Fifth goes to Will Sensing. Sixth goes to Alvin Tompkins. Seventh, Carlos Quiros. Eighth is Ethan Womack. Ninth is Taylor Jarrell. 10th is Kyle Phillips. 11th, Jaden Oakley. 12th, Wyatt Orman. 13th, Trevor Morgan. 14th, TJ Carmack. 15th, Jonathan Canales. 16th, TJ Tillman. 17th, Michael Scout. 18th, Matthew Campbell Young. And 19th, Jackson Kohler. 20th, Josh Woodrow. And 21st goes to Landon Spivey. I don't know why I couldn't think of any of these guys right there. I really don't. But it is what it is. And welcome here to Daytona. As always, we'll get the show on the road. Oh god, that is loud. Let's go to TV view. We'll speed ahead a little bit before the start of this race. But as they... Well, and here we go. Pace car is in. Dylan Thomas is going to lead the field to the green flag here for duel number 1 at Daytona. And whoever wins this race will start on pole for the Daytona 500. So a little bit different from real life Daytona 500 qualifying style, as the winner of this race starts on pole instead of behind pole. Unless, of course, the winner of the race would have won the pole in real life, or one that had the fastest lap in real life. And you get the point. If you win the pole in Daytona 500 qualifying in real life, you would start on the pole unless you wreck out or have to go to a backup for whatever reason. In this case, it's whoever wins this race that starts on pole. And I will customize the qualifying order based off of these dual finishes. And we are already 4 wide mid-pack here in duel number 1. 4 wide doesn't normally turn out too well, but we're clean and green so far, as Dylan Thomas is going to lead lap 1, but Mike Mongo almost took it there on the bottom. They're already 3 wide, strung out through the back of that pack. They're about 3 now. They're 3 wide up front for the lead. Will Sensing wants it, but Carlos Quiros wants it as well. He might look to the bottom of Sensing. Oh, nearly turns him there. There's a really sensitive part near the left rear here that will turn a guy easily. It also applies to the right rear, but not quite as much. But you'll see a lot of guys getting hooked off on corner exits that it eventually could lead to some wrecks. So who knows? Like right there, Carlos is right in that spot for Will Sensing, and that could have been an issue, but still, Sensing pulls up and notices he is there, but Sensing's going to pull back down the block, and Sensing will lead that lap. So now we're on lap number 3 here at Daytona. So this race does not pay any points. I believe it does in real life, but not in this. It will not pay any points. The first points-paying race will be the Daytona 500. Now we will use the same format that the 2017 Cup Series used for points, but that does not apply stage points. So there's no stages, basically. It's just all the way to the end. And that's your gap to the lead right there. Not much, as Taylor Jarrell is going to make a move to get to the lead. Oh, they may have had some contact with a wall there off the corner. Don't know what happened there, but it looks like the outside line may have got checked up. Don't know what that was all about. But something definitely happened back there. As we now have Carlos Quiros out front, because they might make an attempt here to go 4 wide. Michael Scout looking to the inside of Trevor Morgan. That's what I was talking about. That you see, Scout got kind of pushed down on the apron right there because he was hooking Trevor Morgan there. Trevor Graham back there in the middle. He's that 88 car, 3 wide. And now Kohler looking to the inside of Scout. Same situation, except will he get him? Oh, he starts to hook him. Will they save it? A little bit of contact, but I think they're good. Yep, they are. Scout has to check up, and everyone reacts to it. And that's going to allow Trevor Graham to get away in a single-file line following Trevor Morgan. Carlos Quiros continues to lead here at Daytona, though, in that beautiful 22 Ruffles car. Trevor Graham now trying to pass Trevor Morgan for a second in that Husky chocolate car. And then Taylor Gerald's going to go with Trevor Morgan and push him back by Trevor Graham. Maybe not. Trevor Graham's going to have help in the form of Mike Mongo now, unless Mongo decides to go to the inside of Graham, which ill-advised. There's no reason to do that right there, but I think he might. Nope, stays behind him, just kind of looking, just in case. But Taylor Gerald continues to push the 17 of Trevor Morgan there. We're still clean and green here at Daytona. Well, this is 3 wide for as long as we've been. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't had a caution yet. But nonetheless, I'm glad we haven't. More cars, the better the race. But things obviously happen in racing that could cause a lot of cars to get eliminated, including the dreaded big one that always seems to take place here at Daytona and Talladega. But battle for the lead. Here comes Trevor Morgan as Taylor Gerald gets in the wall off turn number 4, so that's going to lose him some time. So Morgan down to the front, Trevor Graham following him. The field really hasn't caught back up to these guys. I think they will here shortly, but I'm not sure. They're there. They're not far from them, but they're like just not. Oh, and Trevor Graham nearly turns Trevor Morgan. It's a Trevor and Trevor show out front. But both of these guys have to check up, and as I was saying, the field wasn't catching them. Well, the field's here. So we might have 3 wide for the lead yet again, and yes, we do. And there's a big chunk, like a big gap there on that outside line. But I believe every car is still in the race. No issues for anyone as of yet. No one's had to pull off or anything like that, and we are still clean and green. The car that started dead last, Landon Spivey, up to, well, it looks like he's going to be going for the lead here. So he's up to 3rd, but looking for the lead here at Daytona. As Matthew Campbell Young is going to look to the inside of him. This could be issues. As Campbell Young got down a little low, and he's going to be able to get underneath Spivey, I think. I don't know, though. Spivey has his teammate behind him, so a strong enough push from his teammate might save him, but Campbell Young's still going to get there as he's getting a strong push from Trevor Graham's teammate, Alvin Tompkins, and Alvin Tompkins has his teammate behind him in the form of Aston Martin. So we're still clean and green here, now on lap 9. I think Spivey managed to lead that lap. Yeah, he did by 100th of a second. And now Campbell Young looks to take the lead, but Alvin Tompkins is looking to the inside of Campbell Young. Oh, he's at a very sensitive spot. Yep, nearly gets forced down. And they're still good, though. So they manage it very well. And now Campbell Young comes back up the block Spivey. So they're 3 wide for second. Behind him, can Campbell Young get back down in time to block Alvin Tompkins? He's there. But I think Tompkins now is to the inside of Campbell Young. I think Campbell Young seen a run from the middle lane, decided to stay there. But I don't know. But Campbell Young's still out front. No issue there. Trying to clear down in front of Alvin Tompkins. Will do so. But now comes back up as he sees a run from the outside line. But I think the inside line is going to have another big run, and that's going to stall him out. And I think that's going to allow Alvin Tompkins to get to the inside of Matthew Campbell Young, and indeed it will. And we're having another great battle for the lead here. As here comes Ethan Womack on the bottom. He's going to get to the inside of both of these guys. So Tompkins goes with his teammate and ends up regretting it because he has a big run from his inside now. But Tillman's pushing on that sensitive spot of the bumper. But everything is good here as we head to lap 11. 1/3 of the way through this race. Only 30 laps here. Nothing crazy, but still a decently long race for setting a qualifying lineup as they're nearly 4 wide out front. But Campbell Young backs up behind Alvin Tompkins now. As TJ Tillman's going for the lead here in duel number 1. A fairly clean start to this race. We've not had much of the bumper hooking or anything of the such, but I don't know if we can stay clean this entire race. These guys are in a really big pack, and, well, to say the least, they don't have much. They don't have much to lose from wrecking a car other than a starting position. But then again, you don't want to tear your car up, so And if a big one strikes early at Daytona, you don't want to be in the back where you can easily get involved. As now, Wyatt Orman looks to the inside for the lead. Not quite able to get there, though. Well, no, is able to get there. I was referring to someone else when I said that. But Will Sensing was looking to the inside of him. As now, Ethan Womack's going to try take another attempt at the lead, and the DTM cars are really working together. Aston Martin has been around a teammate for almost every time we've seen him in this race. 4 DTM cars in this race, in the form of Alvin Tompkins, Aston Martin, Dylan Thomas, and Trevor Graham. The other 2 are in duel number 2, that being Jack Seacrest and Dylan Sacker. So these guys getting real racy here. Oh, is a few guys on the apron. And Will Sensing pulls up the block, but I don't know why he done that, as Kyle Phillips has a big run on the bottom. So Phillips going to look to the inside here, and Ethan Womack still making things happen in the middle here, trying to manage. He's been that first car in the middle lane for a while now. So really trying to make that work, as Josh Woodrow is going to have a run at the lead. Phillips pulls up, isn't going to be able to block Woodrow. Woodrow had too big of a run here. So we will see as they head through 1 and 2. Sorry guys for yawning, by the way. It's late. It's like 2 in the morning. Taylor Jarrell on the bottom here. He's going to make it 3 wide there to get by Jackson Kohler. Oh, but Kohler's going to block last second, and that's going to allow Kohler to get to the bottom here. So now Kohler wants to lead, and he's got the help off turn number 4. Can he get there before the start-finish line? Will he do so? It's going to be close here at the line. I don't think he's going to get it, though. Really close at the line. But I don't believe it was Kohler. I think... Wow. 2, or at least 100th of a second only separated the entire top 3. Less than 1/10 of the top 5. Or about 1/10 of the top 5, I should say. And now they might be 4 wide, so... 4 wide can be deadly here, so it's not something you particularly want to be. Not a position you want to be on, especially the outside and middle cars. The bottom car usually ends up being an unfortunate bystander, but he still is involved in 9 out of 10 cases of 4 wide wrecks. And now Taylor Jarrell looking for the lead here. Oh, they might go 4 wide. Oh, as Taylor Jarrell nearly gets turned. They are 4 wide. So, this could be dangerous. Potentially dangerous. Here they are 4 wide mid-pack. They might get things settled out, though. But nope, Trevor Graham's going to look. And now Ethan Womack goes to the inside of Kyle Phillips. So the stack up here. Oh, as Jarrell nearly gets turned. Oh, these guys, can they save it? 4 wide here. This is getting dangerous. I don't know how it's going to go. I think they're good. Surprisingly, I think they're good. What a save by Aston Martin and Taylor Jarrell. But this is going to jumble things up here in the mid-pack. So we're going to have to see... Oh, contact! And we got a big crash in the back. Oh, 1 car riding the wall. That is TJ Tillman. Landon Spivey involved. Jonathan Canales involved, Alvin Tompkins involved, Jaden Yoakley involved, Will Sensing involved, Michael Scout involved, Wyatt Orman involved. A big crash here at Daytona. Didn't think we'd make it to the end without seeing a big one, and I was correct. These guys have been torn up here at Daytona. We'll take a look at what happened here. We'll start with Will Sensing, because he was the first car I noticed getting turned. We'll see here what happened. Gets turned down Mike Mongo, but Mike Mongo pretty much able to drive away from it, and TJ Tillman gets drove up on the wall. A big crash here. And we'll take another look at it. We'll go on board with Alvin Tompkins, who was involved in this wreck. He got a good view of it. Sees it coming, nowhere to go though. Wow. Oh, and the 19 got airborne as well there. Wow. And so, from his view, we'll look at it from the helicopter. Look at it from this view as well, so we can get a good idea of what happened. So yes, you can see Sinton gets turned, and then they just kind of pile up the track. And that's, I think about 8 cars, 7, 8 cars involved here. Tears up a lot of good cars, though. But fortunately, it took out a hefty number of cars, but not a majority of the field. So that is good for competition. As you can see, they got quite the large crash there. We'll take one last look at it from the helicopter. And pay attention to this 10 car, because he, although involved right here, I think he drives away from it with little to no damage. Yeah, I would say that's the case. Sensing gets away as well, but many of these guys are done for, including Jay Nukley. He's smoking. TJ Tillman didn't even make it back to the pits. I don't know if Wyatt Orman did either. We do actually have one more on board we can show you with Wyatt Orman, so we'll do that. It's the cockpit view, so get a good look at what it looked like from inside the driver's hands. Yeah, you start seeing the ground a little bit there. You can see right there in the rear view how he could see the 97 up on the wall if he looked back, but big crash here at Daytona. It takes out a lot of cars, that's for sure. Honestly surprising that he can even drive it back to the pits, but this is the race back, and looks like after the yellow, I think it was Kyle Phillips leading. Yeah, not by much though, less than a 100th of a second, so we'll skip to the restart here after a short break. Welcome back to Daytona, where the pace car is going to be in right here. We're going to have exactly 9 laps to go here at Daytona. Green flag is back out in the air. The many cars are out of this race. Believe, yeah, TJ Tillman, Alvin Tompkins, Jay Nukley are all out of the race. I believe everyone involved in that wreck, other than Mike Mongo, is actually out of the race. Actually, no, I don't think Michael Scout is. And Michael Scout and Jonathan Canales and Mike Mongo all are still in it, although, albeit with damage. I think everyone else up that is keeping up right now, other than these two, will be fine on speed. But these two are just trying to ride it out in case anyone else crashes for finishing position. So we look to the front now. And Dylan Thomas is trying to chase down Kyle Phillips. So it's Phillips over Thomas. And that bottom line seems to be the preferred line now, with many people on that. But nope. Thomas goes high. I think he may have been trying to get a run on Phillips there, and that's going to allow his teammate to the inside. But here comes Carlos Huiros, followed by a fellow Ford driver in the form of TJ Carmack. So Carlos moves up to second now. And he's going to try and run down another fellow Ford driver in the form of Kyle Phillips. So if he can get to the bottom of Phillips, he might be able to take the lead here. Not quite able to do so. Not quite a big enough run just yet. But maybe now. Looks to the bottom. Phillips blocks, so not quite able to get there. And roughly about 6.5 laps here to go. You can see where all that carnage took place, but with that last wreck there down the back straightaway, coming out of 2. It's really anyone up here, anyone up in this frame. Really, it's anyone here's ball game. Anyone could still win this. Well, there's a lot of Fords up in the front. Exactly 4 of them in the top 5. The only Chevy up there is Taylor Jarrell. And Micah Mongo, who was involved in that incident, is coming to the front as well with a teammate in Matthew Campbell-Young. And Taylor Jarrell is right there as well. Or not Taylor Jarrell, excuse me, Trevor Morgan is right there. He's another Ford, so there are exactly, if I'm not mistaken, 6 Fords up near the front here. I may have miscounted that, but 7, excuse me, there is 7. Alright, I didn't want to overstep it. So 7, there's 7 Fords up near the front here. And 7 of them are still in contention to win this thing. So, yeah, it's a Ford bottom line. The first 5 cars in the bottom line are Fords. But some of them pull up, and Josh Woodrow isn't interested in helping his teammate. So he goes to the bottom to get to the inside of him. We are with 5 laps to go. Ooh, Mike Mongo gets a little bit loose off turn number 2 there. But yeah, still anybody's ball game with 5 laps to go here. We're going to have to see if anyone can get a big enough run to make something interesting happen. It's coming through the tri-oval here. Phillips still with a pretty dominant lead. He's not having much of a struggle out front right now. Basically just blocking back and forth. 4 laps to go here at Daytona. Yeah, not much that Phillips is having to do to hang on to this lead. He's got 1 car behind him, and they're double file behind that. Now 3 wide. And that's really what Phillips wants to see. If they could get side by side with Carlos, he would probably love that. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Carlos has a bit of a run through 3 and 4 even without the help here. And so they come back to the front straightaway now. Phillips doing a good job at leading. Going to have 3 laps to go here at Daytona. Oh, and here comes Carlos. So Carlos builds a run that lap, and he's now going to make a move on Phillips as they head to 1 and 2. The rest of the field is so spread out that it may not matter. Oh, Matthew Campbell-Young nearly turns his teammate as his teammate's trying to go to the inside. 3 wide for 3rd. As Campbell-Young has to check up to save it. Now that second part of the pack is checked up, but TJ Carmack has a run. He's going to go with Phillips up high. He actually goes a little bit higher than Phillips. He might be looking to the outside 3 wide. But Carlos Quitos has his teammate helping him. We're going to have 2 laps to go here at Daytona. Can these guys keep it side by side, or will Phillips fade back on that outside line? Will Josh Woodrow look for the lead here? I believe he's going to. Yep, Woodrow's going to look for the lead. That's going to put Carlos in the middle 3 wide. Oh, but Aston Martin's going to go 3 wide. Oh, they nearly wreck in the back. The 17's able to save it. As they go down the back straightaway, coming to the white flag. Josh Woodrow, I don't believe he's going to be to the inside of his teammate. That's going to play advantage to his teammate. So his teammate in the form of Carlos is going to pull down in front. Aston Martin look to the inside of Kyle Phillips there. They're getting a little bit loose off turn number 4. White flag is in the air, side by side at the stripe that time. It was Phillips that lap by 100th of a second over Carlos. But it is now side by side for second, as I believe Carlos might have actually cleared right there. Yeah, so Carlos clear of no, he's not. No, he's not. Here comes Kyle Phillips back to the outside. Will his teammate make it 3 wide? On the bottom, he's going to, but is he going to get there? Yes, he is. Josh Woodrow to the bottom. It's going to be a 3 wide finish here at Daytona. I don't know if Woodrow's going to have enough help, but as they come off turn number 4, it's going to be close. Carlos out front. Can he hang on? Yes, he will. Carlos wins duel number 1. So Carlos Quiroz wins duel number 1 here at Daytona, and will start on the pole for the Daytona 500. We'll go take a look at that finish real quick in slow motion, or not even any motion. We'll just take a look at how close it was. Go to the 22 here, move it along just a bit, and see how close it was. So at the stripe, that's the gap. Kind of hard to see from that view. Kind of hard to see from that view as well. Yeah, a little bit better there. Well, that was a good one. That's one view to see it. And there is another good view of it. So that's your gap, your margin of victory right there. And ignore this, what this says up here, because this is what you call it's irrelevant here. This doesn't matter until they cross the stripe, which it'll change. There you go. So Carlos Quiroz wins by 3/100ths of a second over his teammate Josh Woodrow and fellow Ford driver Kyle Phillips. 4th goes to Trevor Graham, and 5th, and even though he got involved in the earlier incident, goes to Mike Mongo. Mike Mongo's teammate Matthew Campbell Young follows in 6th. 7th goes to Dylan Thomas. 8th goes to Trevor Morgan. 9th to Ashton Martin. And 10th to Taylor Jarrell. And you can see the rest of the results here. So there's that. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.